Hello again. Now today I want to do the DeWalt reciprocating saw. This is the DW938 model. I don't think there's that much variations in them really when it gets down to the basic brass tacks. Typical problem with them is they seize up. Obviously there's a lot of plasterboard cutting and such, and it gets down into the mechanisms. A little bit of moisture in there and locks it solid. So what we've got to do is strip it down completely, get it all cleaned up and get it back together again, and that's pretty much all it is. It's an expensive tool. You need to do this or go buy a new one. Right, watch in. First I'll just strip it all down for you. Okay, so first thing what I'll do is get the blade out. Now if it's anything like mine, that alone is difficult because that bit there has locked itself in quite tight as well. Right, then you need to remove these 3 screws in the head here. They're all torque screws, so you need a torque driver for that. Luckily there's holes in the sole plate there for you to get the driver in, otherwise you'd not be able to, it's that tight to it. And the last one. Okay, there's the first part that we can service and clean up. Quite, yeah. Oh, I'll clean up easily. Right, then simply slide off the cover. Now watch for the releaser. That is also disgustingly cleaned up. All this will just clean up, it'll all just wash it. Okay, now there's the reciprocating mechanism in there. You can see how rusty that is and caked up with plaster and everything. So we're going to get that off. And again, we've got here 4 torque screws there, smaller size things. Yeah, smaller size. And there we go, centerfold removed. And then this should. Right, it's not. this is an actuator which will operate that when it gets seized up. You can put a socket on that, turn it, and it'll make this come up and down, which is another temporary repair service. Okay, next we go to the back, and we've got a set of screws, torque screws there as well that we need to release. Going back to the big side. No, still on the small size on that one. So remove all of them. So you need 3 sizes for this job. 1 tool, 3 different sizes of screws. Really, why do they do that? It's a lot smaller. Take them all out, I'll probably wash the bodies. Change over switch, another half of oil. So, they can be washed, they can be washed. This, now then. There we are. That says red. Now obviously colour codings have changed. So, brown is red, as we know. And there's the switch. The switch in this case is fine, so I don't need to do anything with it. Okay, that can't be washed. That can be washed, that can be washed. That wants washing, you've got to scrub it. That can be washed. Okay, now I want to separate these, just a little screwdriver in. Pull them apart. Only magnets and such holding it together. Bushes, I could have taken them out first, I suppose. But they're in. Right. Yeah, I'll give that a clean up as well. Why? Because I'm here, I might as well. But that is so seized, it's unbelievable. Wow, right. That's it. Very, very rusty. Looking at very rusty. Oh, this one's clean now. It should be full of grease. It's dry and horrible. Look at it. That should be all full of grease. No wonder it hasn't been working. Look at the state of that. That was grease one time. I want to get that in water, give it a good clean, and see what is there and where I need to go next. I've left that one to soak for a bit. So I'm going to try and clean that without getting all the coil too wet. Okay, suspend that under the 2 screws, turn it upside down and give it a tap. He says, it's coming. It's coming. Just tight. That. Spring's still in there, spring's still in there. Good, okay. That can be washed out. That can be cleaned up, put back. That can now go to the washing machine. They're fine, they're fine. That can be washed. Right, them bits all going to get washed. That'll get a dry clean up, that'll get a dry clean up, that'll get a dry clean up. When I've left the other bit soaking long enough, I'll be able to degunge Then we'll start looking at greasing it up and putting it all back together again. It is, look. Disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, get on with that. Now I've had these soaking now overnight, so they should all be, well, the dirt should be soft enough to be able to work on to get it off. I've cleaned up the other items that didn't want to go in the water. Just basically cleaned up all the dust, cleaned up any rust, etc. Making them so that the will work a little bit better, I hope. Right, now we need to get all this out of here and see just how bad it still is. Or if it will come up easily. Seems everything's off now, pretty much. Yep. Now the windings are tied to a piece of string to keep it so it wasn't fully under. The bit that was under got a bit of rust on it, but that will clean off. I just didn't want to bed it in because you've got to leave it quite a while for that to dry out before you can start adding power to it, or it shorts out and burns out. But that should be okay now. What I should do is it is all metal. I'll stab it on the fire. I should just put the windings onto the fire here, I think would be the best. A bit like that, it's good and warm as that. Can't do any damage to it. I won't leave it to cook too long, but at least it'll get heat right into all the windings and get the dampness out of there before we start putting any power into it, which could be quite dangerous. What I'll do now, I think, is take all these back to the sink because there's still got a dirt marks on there, and give them a good heavy scrub, and then bring them back again. And there we have all the pieces now nice and clean. They weren't all drying off, but they're all cleaned and ready. This was particularly the worst one to do because it was all deep down grime inside there and it was difficult to get to. So I left it soaking overnight, as you saw, and then even so it didn't do it. So I put some white spirit into it, and with a brush I got down and really, it loosened everything off and soaking overnight, but it was still sitting there unable to get to it. But I just needed it so that it will actually do the full circuit without getting jammed or anything, and it was still getting jammed. Now I need to dry it all out fully. Again with this I'm just going to sit on the heat for a bit, let it warm itself up. That again will help dry it out quicker because I want to be able to get oils and stuff in there. Now this one, I want to just get a little bit of a brush there, just to get this shiny rust off. And then I want to clean the commutator with just some just some emery paper on there. Just get some bit of paper like that, put it around it and just gently rotate. Sure, grip on there. And bring it back to copper. That's the idea of it. It's all the burning from the brushes that have been pressing against it, the carbon brushes. There we are, you see, nice and lovely again. But also what you need to do is the gaps in between, they fill with the carbon brushes as well. And just doing this cleans off from the copper surface, but it doesn't clean off in between, and that's where you're getting the sparks. So what you need, just get yourself a blade. I use a Stanley knife blade. And just put it in there, and just at a slight angle so it fits, and you just score them out. Everything's been dusting out. No water that has left itself in there. Right, the other thing is we're still very dirty at the top here because we didn't actually let this scrub this much. better. Now I'm going to grease this up, but I can't get grease into everything, so and it'll rust. So I'm just going to put some oil in first. See it down the bottoms. Seems to be okay now. Right. Now I want to get lots of grease around the bearings, cogs. Okay, that should do it. Put this not that way around. That's it, put that on next. Put a bit of grease on that and all, I think, just to make sure it's going to seal. Okay, and then we can reassemble this part of it. It simply goes to hooks. Line it up first properly. 2 screws in there. Okay. Working perfect. Lovely and smooth now. That's good. Okay. Now we'll work on the back end, the electric side of it. Get the grease off my hands. So we'll gloves, it would be easy, wouldn't it? Yep. Okay, so we're starting off. We need that, and we need this in first. This goes into the bottom. Them 2 screws will go on there, they'll go on there. Usually these things are all self-explanatory. 2 screw holes at the bottom, screws that in as well, so aim them at it, that goes in, and that will drop it in place. Then we have that, put that in, but put it in line with them screw holes. Right, get these screws in. There's a possible little bit of deviation there. Nope, that's going in straight in. No problem, that's good. Screws will pull it down the rest of the way. It's good and tight, so it's good that we can do that. And that's that side done. Right, onto here goes this piece. Okay, down to there. Now this is going to go in here with magnets to make sure it right will help. That's DeWalt, that's it. The sign's that way, sign's that way. There we go. Now we need to gently split. Lovely. Okay, now we should have 4 screws the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. That'll be them 4. this thing goes on now before this goes in, or at the same time as this goes in. Put it into the rubber body first. That's the bit it wants to be in. Is that cooled down yet? Christ, that is warm. I'm waiting for it now. Go put it on something cold. I was going to attach that on, but now, since I'm waiting for it, I will do the back end instead. Oh, hang on that. We got that, didn't we? That needs to go on there before we put that cowling in. So put that back on there first. Yeah. It's got a nut shape on it, probably. No, it doesn't. Okay. That's it. That's in. Do this whole thing again. Just put that in place there. Chop it down. Locate that. It's in. Okay. Leave that for now. Come back to the electric side. Now then, it's reasonably straightforward. That's the battery. That's the other end. Goes on like that. Can't really go wrong. Put that into place there first. Then we put the motor bits in. Now that just simply sits in there, very simple. And we've got these two bushes. Now remember, in there we have a marking showing red. That's that one there. That's red. And red for us is brown. So there's his brown. Bring forward the spring. And bush that. That's one. The other side. Spring again. You see this one with my head in the way. Slide it in, get the wire in place, let the spring go. That should be it. That's it, they're both in. Okay, then again, just sit that into place, getting the wires, got the wires there. So they come down there. That's it. Just manipulate and feed until you get them round where you want them to be. That one's sitting in there, that goes around there, like that. Imagine. Yep. It. Locked and unlocked, that's all you need with these ones. Okay, right, let's get some screws in just to keep that in place. Right, go and get the bit and see if it now is cool enough to handle. Yes, that's fine. But it's nice and dry. That's for me. Okay, 3 screws left, 3 screws needed. Holding that in place like so, and put that back where it wants to be. Now there is a little hole for that pin. Make sure you get that located, because that's your loading lever, which is pretty important. Like this, the big screws, the only ones that take the big ones. Okay, we pop the blade in, shove the battery on and try it. Right, so there you go, that's another successful little service job. Again, saving us a fortune. Should we need to take this in somewhere and get it fixed, you know yourself, 60, 70 quid before they even do anything, just to look at it. And then to full strip down, service it, I don't know, but, well, we've saved it. And that's now ready to go back to work. Okay, right. You got any questions, shove them in the bottom. Otherwise, I've got to say, for this video, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.